back to the music right now.
Arirang Radio. K-Poppin. Hot new face. It's time to get to know this very talented artist. That is David O, and he's in the studio. Hello.
Hi.
Please introduce yourself to our listeners.
I'm David O, and it's a pleasure to be here.
All right. Yeah. So it's a pleasure to finally meet you. Apparently, I have a lot of mutual friends of yours.
Yeah.
Now, I know that you got your start on an audition program, but technically, since it's your first big debut, I would like to hear your story. So, like, how did all this start? How did you think of coming to Korea? What was it, 4 years ago, 5 years ago?
It was 4 years ago.
4 years ago. So what pushed you to not pursue music in the U.S., but to come all the way to Korea and do an audition program? So,
well, I've been always fascinated with Korean culture.
Okay.
Like, just growing up, Korean people fascinated me. I was like, oh, I'm Korean too, so I always had this connection.
Of course.
So, I mean, I wanted to do music in the States, but as I kind of grew older, I was like, oh, I want to try it in Korea. So, I was preparing to move to Korea.
Okay.
But then I found out there was like audition programs. So I was like, oh, maybe I should do one. So I tried out for Witan. And yeah,
That's how you came?
Yeah, that's how I came here.
So you were planning on moving to Korea anyways?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, was this a big move with like the entire family, or was this like, okay, mom, dad, I'm sorry, but I'm going to go live halfway across the world and I'm going to start pursuing my music career?
It was by myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard that your mom is also has some singing in her blood.
Yeah, she used to be a singer in the 80s.
Okay.
So she has a couple of famous songs. Like, I didn't know until I came to Korea how like famous she was. Yeah, but like all like my mom's age people were like, "Oh, your mom!" Like, I have
know
so much
she
memories
is.
about her. Yeah,
Oh.
I was like, "Oh,
okay."
wow."
Now, most Asian families and, of course, the typical Korean American family, I think it's safe to say that all of us have gone through our parents strive for us to be lawyers, doctors, all those, let's study, my son and my daughter needs to go to a good college and all that other stuff. So what was your parents' reaction when you told them that you wanted to kind of pursue music?
At first, they're very against it. They're
Okay.
like, "Oh, like, do you think you can make it? Blah blah. Like, you need to study. Like, get this dream out of your head." But then, like, I kept on pursuing it, like, in secret. And then just, like, one day, I was at my grandpa's house. I was just singing one of the songs I wrote. And then my dad came in. He's like, "Oh, what song is this?" So I was like, "Oh, it's a song I wrote." He's like, "Oh, can I listen to it again?" And then so that day, for, like, 2 hours, I sang all the songs I've written so far in front of him. And my dad kind of was like, "Oh, wow, like, I think you have potential." So that's when he kind of was like, he must really have a passion for music.
Oh.
So from that point on, my dad was very, like,
supportive.
Yeah, supportive. He's like, "Oh, let's go do this." Or like,
"Oh, okay.
You should start YouTube." And so, like, it was later on, it was all his ideas. I was like, "Oh, wow." And so, like, my dad was like, you should do this, you should do this. And I was like, maybe I should. And so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember what age that was?
This was like junior year in high school.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was.
Well, it was still pretty early though. So you were
Yeah.
pursuing this. So what was the age when you first told your parents, like, "Mom, Dad, like, I want to do music"?
It was like in 10th grade.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I was like, I want to do music, but at that time they're like,
no.
And so I was very angry. I was like, why won't they let me? Like, why won't they support me?
The rebellious child in high school.
And so I was like, I'll show them. So like, I was just like practicing in secret. So like, both my parents worked. So like during that time, I wouldn't do homework or anything. I just like practice at that time. And then when they come home, I'd be like, oh, that's when I started studying. And so I wouldn't show them. And then like I was like, I'm going to show them when I'm
ready.
Yeah, ready.
Okay.
And he came up to me when I wasn't, but then it was all like, it came out okay.
It all worked out for the best, obviously. Now, it's not easy to write songs, and to have a passion about music and to be able to have a gift of being able to write songs is very different. So where do you think you get this passion and the ideas to write your own music?
Writing music, I've always wanted to do it, but it was more like a hobby at first. Like I just come home one day and I'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna write a song. So like I just play like 4 chords over and over again.
And see.
And I just like freestyle on.
Wow.
And I just like record it, and then sometimes the song would come out like there would be some parts that's like decent, so I fix them up. And then,
rearrange them.
Yeah, rearrange them, and then I'd like make it into a better song.
Oh.
Yeah. And then like this became a habit. Like it was like, oh, this is really fun, so I just kept on doing it every day.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like I used to think about like really stupid stuff. Like one time I wanted a PSP, so I wrote a song about like wanting a PSP, and then like.
Well, that's where it starts.
Yeah. And then I started getting more serious. I was like, oh, maybe I should write about like how I feel about a girl or something. And so like that's when I started writing like
more mainstream.
Yeah, mainstream stuff. Yeah.
Instead of more jingle promotional songs. Yeah. Well, you should save those promotional songs because you never know, you could be writing songs for that particular brand or company later down in your career. Now, because I know that you play the guitar, is there any other instruments that either your parents made you enroll into as a typical Asian family?
Yeah, there were a lot.
Okay, what were there?
So when I was younger, my mom forced me to play piano.
What is up with all Korean moms and piano at the age of like 5?
Yeah, so I played piano for like 5 years.
Okay.
I don't remember how to play it at all now, but I played piano, and then in 5th grade, it's like mandatory to learn an instrument.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess it's the California system because you're from the Bay Area and me as well. Like I think you just repeated what I did.
Oh, really? Oh.
Learning piano around, the age of 5, 6, learning it through entire elementary school, then going into junior high, I had to choose band.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And so I had to choose an instrument.
Yeah.
It was kind of forced on me.
Yeah.
And then in high school it's choir.
Yeah. I did choir too in high school. Yeah. Wow.
Okay, I think it's a California thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so you had band. So what instrument did you play?
I played clarinet.
Oh!
Yeah, but I wanted to always play the violin because all my friends were like, I'm going to go play violin. So I wanted to be in the same class as them. Violins are very expensive. Yeah, so my parents were like, oh, no violin for you. Here's a clarinet.
Here's a clarinet.
Yeah, so I was like, oh. And so I learned clarinet also for like 5 years.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. But when did the guitar kind of jump in there?
Guitar was I wanted to start doing other types of music, like not like classical. So I wanted to be in a band. So in 8th grade, I was like to my friends, like, you should learn an instrument over the summer and we're going to start a band. So at that time, I started learning bass guitar. So because we all like started like picking instruments to choose from. And then so we met up in high school and we're like, oh, now it's like, this is like when we're going to start a band. So we started practicing. But then as like time went on, my friends were like, I'm going to study. So they quit the band. And then so...
You're the only one left.
Yeah. But then I can't really do anything with the bass guitar.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, maybe I should switch to a guitar. And then so I guess like 10th grade is when I started.
Wow. So around 10th grade, this is how your whole like musician evolution started.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So were you always wanting to be like on stage and like, in the spotlight and doing music? Or did you want to also follow a different dream like your parents wanted you to?
No, I think I wanted to do music since then.
Okay.
But like it was kind of for like the wrong reasons. Like I was like, I wanna drop out of high school and like start touring and stuff like that. Because I didn't really like studying when I was younger. Which was like I wasn't into it, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. I think everybody goes through that. Yeah. Music can be a scapegoat.
Yeah.
For a lot of different things.
But it was for the wrong reasons. But as I dive deeper into music, I was like, oh, I really like music and I really want to pursue it. Like, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, was the whole move to Korea going to happen after high school, or were you planning on doing this during high school?
Oh, it had to be after high school.
True, right?
Yeah, because my parents were...
Yeah. Most parents probably would. So you were planning this, but in between then, the audition program popped up.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did you find the audition program? Were you contacted or did you see banners and like ads for it?
So my friends knew I wanted to do music, so... My friend sent me an audition. He was like, oh, there's this thing called, Superstar K.
Oh.
Yeah, so he sent me, like, you should do this. But I was like, oh, I don't think I'm ready. So I kind of skipped on that.
Okay.
And then I saw, and then, like, John Park came on that it was season 2.
Yeah.
And he came on that, and I saw like he's like a kyopo like me too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I saw him do really well. So like, oh, maybe like he was kind of like my inspiration.
Okay.
At the time, I was like, oh, I'm gonna like.
So Korean Americans
Yeah.
actually can come to Korea
Yeah.
and get, you know.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna try out. So if I have another opportunity that comes out, I'm gonna try it.
And that was Birth of a
Birth of a Star. And then
Okay.
but then I didn't know that was there. So my friend also told me about it. He's like, hey, there's like another audition. You should try this one. I was like, okay, I'll try this one. So
Okay.
I tried it out, and then I
Oh.
came to Korea.
So you talked a lot about your dad being a pretty big part of you, you know, getting stuff done and, you know, like starting your YouTube channel and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But being mama having this experience, you know, did she give you some, you know, I guess, was she nagging at you to be a certain way, or was she kind of like warning you that the business is not what you think it is?
I think she always wanted me to become like a singer-songwriter. She's like, that you need to...
So if you're going to do
Yeah.
it, write your own music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't do anything else. Like, you need to make that as a weapon, like writing a song.
Ah.
So I was like, oh. So at that time, I was like, whatever. But then, like, now I kind of understand what my mom's kind of talking about. Yeah. So it's like wise words.
Okay. So I've been hearing that, well, obviously it's been about 4 years. And so I know that as soon as the show was over, you were quite busy because you're doing some variety shows and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But we didn't get a chance to see a lot of music from you until now.
Yeah.
So you pretty much like just disappeared from the grid.
Yeah.
And you have now just kind of, you know, made your big bam debut.
Yeah.
So what's been going on for the past couple of years?
I guess I've been like skilling up, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. I practice singing, and like I also learned more about 작곡, like songwriting.
Okay.
And yeah, that's what I've been doing.
So studying and working on your music.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not like every day, but like if I got stressed out, I'd go on like a vacation. So I'd like visit around Korea and like sightsee and stuff.
Oh, okay. So have you been able to go back to the States since you've been in Korea?
Couple times.
Okay. To visit?
Twice because of like work, and then once just to go rest.
Just to visit?
Yeah.
So are your parents here with you, or are you?
No. They're in America right now.
Okay, so you're here
By myself.
doing the dorm life, you know, adjusting to being a musician here. Okay. Since you've been here, I know that, you know, Korean Americans, they always critique us on our Korean. So has your Korean gotten better in the past 4 years? Personally, do you feel more comfortable?
Yeah, I've gotten better, but it's just not perfect yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. Hey, you have still plenty of time. All right. So I heard, like, you know, through the grapevine and through some other artists and whatnot, that you wrote not just a few songs, but you wrote a lot of songs.
Yeah.
So how many is a lot?
I mean, it's like 90-ish, but
90-ish?
yeah. But
Wait,
but
what?
like only a couple of them are usable. Yeah.
Now, when you talk about like these 90-ish songs, are we talking about like full length on like 3-4 minute
No.
songs? Or are we talking about like sound bites? Like
Just like the first like
first verse?
verse and like up to the chorus.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to get a sample of the song.
It's about a minute and a half or so.
Yeah, all.
Okay. And do all of your songwriting skills come out of personal experience, or are you more of the person that kind of gets inspiration from anything?
Well, the best songs are all inspirational stuff. Like
Okay.
something about my life, I guess. And then the other songs that aren't usable are just like I force myself to write it.
Just because?
Yeah, just
like,
because.
To practice
Yeah.
and like to see
Yeah.
if I can write that cringeworthy of a song,
Yeah.
like that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about the single that you just released. So you were able to team up with a very hot celebrity at the moment.
Yes.
Pink's Pomi. So what was it like working with her, and tell us a little bit about the song?
It was really nice.
The inner fanboy in David came out just now.
I mean, A-Pink's a very hot girl group.
Oh,
right
yes.
now. Yeah, so me getting to work with them, with Pomi, was like kind of like a dream, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was very nervous the whole time.
Aww.
Yeah, but it was really nice. And the song is Arara, and so I guess the song is about like love between friends.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's like it's a very medium tempo, sweet, like a little romantic song. So
Okay.
It's really nice to listen to like in this weather.
In this weather.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're going to do is get a chance to listen to his pretty much big debut single.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a listen to Ara Ara, I know, and we'll see you guys after this with more of David in the studio. back, and if you can't really see, but you can. Popcorn is holding his CD at the moment. This thing is the cutest packaging in the world. It has everything it needs, but it's just the cutest packaging in the world. There's 2 rubber bands, and there is a jacket in the back, and then there's a really cute CD that's signed. So this is going out to one lucky winner for today who's been sending in messages for David. Now, David, we're going to kind of do like, third degree on you right now. So we're going to give a speed quiz to you, and you have to answer yes or no as fast as possible. I'm going to give you a maximum of 3 seconds. To answer the question, yes or no, as honestly as possible.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to give you time to defend yourself until after
I
ask all the questions.
Okay.
So don't try to fix your answer mid-sentence because we're going to ask what's going on later.
Okay.
So, like your song is talking about, you believe that even though you yourself might be dating somebody, you can still have just girl friends, female friends. Yes or no? 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when it comes to your looks and also your songs, we think that you probably would be a really romantic type of a guy. I am actually very romantic, just like my songs and my images. 1, 2, 3.
No.
All right. If I do start dating somebody, I will actually have an open relationship. I will open this up to my fans and to the public. 1, 2, 3.
No.
Okay. Now, in the 4 years that you've been working on songs and being in Korea and living here by yourself, honestly, I thought to just stop everything and go back to the States at least once. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Okay. Then, I think you've heard this a lot. A lot of people compare you to 2AM's Chinun.
Oh.
Because of the way you guys look. Honestly, I think I'm a little better looking than he is. 1, 2, 3.
No.
Aww. Now, I honestly think that my Korean is better than when I first came to Korea. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Okay. I actually remember at least 10 fans and their names. 1, 2, 3.
No, sorry.
Okay. All right. So, you believe that guys and girls could be friends
Yes.
in a relationship?
Yes.
Okay. To what extent? Is this the American in you talking or?
Yeah, I think it's the American.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you feel that no matter, even though you have a girlfriend and she has a lot of oppas or guy friends, you still think that's okay?
Yeah, okay, wait.
See? You're talking from your perspective, right?
Yeah, from my perspective.
So you having a lot of girlfriends doesn't mean anything if you have, that one significant other.
Yeah.
The other way around. Your girlfriend has a lot of oppas or dongsengs or, quote, friends that are all guys.
Well, this is actually hard. Now that I think about it. No, but I'm gonna stick to my answer. Yeah.
Okay. So you will trust your significant other in the relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you are not a romantic guy. Why don't you think you're a romantic guy?
I feel like I used to be when I was younger. But as I've aged, I feel like I'm becoming less.
Why? Like how? How are you losing your romantic touch?
I don't before I was like, oh, I'm gonna do events or something, but now I'm just like, events are kind of cheesy.
Okay.
Yeah.
More like you're coming to your senses.
Maybe.
Okay. Speaking of events and stuff, what is the biggest or the cheesiest event that you've ever done for someone? Even asking a girl to prom if you
it was homecoming.
Okay.
Yeah, and I really wanted to ask this girl, so I bought candles and I made a heart out of it, and then I lit them up. And
somebody's been watching too many Korean dramas.
And I made her stand inside, and then I sang her a song. I was like, and afterwards I'm like, would you like to go to homecoming with me?
Aww.
Yeah. If I think about it now, I'm just like, oh my gosh, why would I do that?
She said yes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That would be really awkward if you did all that.
Yeah, if she said no, I'd be really sad.
Yeah, if you did all that and she said no. Okay. So you said that you're probably not going to open up about a relationship.
Yeah.
Is there any particular reason? Because, if you think about it in the U.S., a lot of Hollywood celebrities, whether they like it or not, their personal life is blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
But in Korea, it is a little bit of a different culture. Mm-hmm. So is it because you've been here a lot longer, or were you always a little bit more on the secretive side?
I like my privacy.
Okay, you like your privacy.
So, yeah.
Okay. You won't tell the world that you're dating someone?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when was it that you really wanted to kind of just give all this up and kind of just go back to the States and...
I don't know. I was just really... It was going through a hard time.
Okay.
Like just once. And at that time I was like, oh, maybe I'm not good enough.
Aww.
Yeah. Maybe it's like, so maybe I should go back. But it was just like for like a day. And then I slept on it and I was like, oh no.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I don't need to go back.
Yeah.
Was it like just one of those like down days?
Yeah,
or
it was just like I just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. And I was like, oh, what am I doing? Like, I miss my parents kind of. I'm homesick. And then so it was just like a bad day for me.
Okay.
Day. Yeah.
So it was just overall not a day for you.
Yeah.
So everything you did that day was
just like I couldn't practice properly. Like I tried writing a song, it's like nothing came out. I was like, what am I doing?
Oh.
Yeah, so.
Okay. Now the Chinun question.
Yeah.
So why don't you think you're good, more good looking than he is? Have some confidence, dude.
Oh, I mean, a lot of people say we do look alike. I mean, I feel like I see the similarities. So I mean, I guess, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, he just admitted to saying that he is good looking. For those of you who are...
No, I didn't say that.
Sure. And you think that your Korean skills have improved?
Yeah. When I first came here, I thought I was really good, but then I guess it was just like I wasn't.
Do you remember any like embarrassing moment because of your Korean skills?
Well, I can't think of. I've had a lot, but I just can't think of a moment right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you've had a few run-ins.
Yeah.
I know that since you were raised in the States, even though you were raised in a Korean family, with the whole, calling people by different names like Hyung or all that other stuff, was that kind of hard? Like
Actually, that stuff wasn't hard for me.
Okay.
Yeah, my parents were very like strict on that kind of stuff when I was younger, so I'm okay with that. It was just like cultural stuff that I wasn't sure of. Okay,
like what? Do you remember like a big culture shock when you first got here?
It was the drinking like stuff. I was just shocked. I was like, whoa.
Just like everybody taking shots or?
No, like 2차 and like that kind of stuff. 1차, 2차.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the States, we just consider bar hopping, but in Korea, it's...
it was just like the first time I drank with like my boss, I started like speed drinking. I was like, oh, this is probably gonna be it. So I was like, I want to get as much alcohol in, and I just want to go home. But then he's like, oh, like slow down. Like we need to go to 2차. I was like, what's 2차? And he's like, oh, it's just like we move and then we're gonna start drinking again. But that day we went to like 4차, and I was like, it was really hard for me. I was like, whoa.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So moving. Technically bar hopping, but it just goes from one restaurant where you eat dinner and you have drinks and then you go and drink more and
I guess
then you go sing.
Korea, the age is a little different from American age.
Yeah,
so I actually couldn't go to bars in America, but
I could go here
in Korea, so it's just like new experience, I guess, for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Learning alcohol here is actually something that is a little bit scary. I bet if you go back to the States, your friends are going to be like, whoa, dude, who are you? Now, I know that it's really hard to keep up with all the fans, but do you remember maybe like a fan that maybe one or two particular fans that maybe followed you from the show and they're still supporting you now, or?
So I had a fan meeting in 2011.
Okay.
And there was this one girl who had like a guitar suit on, and she came to the fan meeting.
So it was actually like a costume.
Yeah. And then I had a cafe concert like last year in like December.
Mm-hmm.
And she showed up. So I couldn't remember her though, like because she didn't have the costume on. But then she's like, "Oh, do you remember me? I'm the girl with the costume." I was like,
"Of course."
Yeah, of course I remember.
Uh-huh.
So she was somebody I remembered.
All right. Yeah. So all the fans of David, the next time you see him, you might want to like dress up as something, and
I'm pretty sure I'd remember.
Probably remember you a lot better.
Yeah.
We're getting tons of messages from around the world, so I want you to all continue to send in more questions and messages for him. Now, the next song that you chose for today is BTS's "I Need You." Is there a particular reason why you chose this song?
I mean, we're in the same company, and I used to dorm with 방탄소년단. So,
any juicy stories of them?
No, they're really nice kids.
No, we're not talking about this. We're talking about like bathrooms, like who doesn't clean or who's the dirtiest.
No, it's just a mess. There's so much guys in one small house. It's just a mess.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I've interviewed them in the past, but I was hoping that from another perspective, not the members, because I know that members are going to be like, we need to take care of each other. But
no. I mean, we just practice all day long, so like it's just like when you come home, it's like nobody cleans up, so it's just like clothes everywhere and just
like a bomb and
yeah.
Okay. All right, so more questions and messages. What we're going to do is take a listen to BTS with I Need You. We'll see you guys after this with more of David in the studio. For those of you just tuning in, you're listening to K-Poppin here on Arirang Radio. I'm your host, Isak, and we have David in the studio. And it's time now for your questions. And it looks like our message board is going all over the place. Some of our listeners are just like, oh, David, don't throw BTS under the bus.
Oh, sorry.
No, he didn't. He didn't. Don't worry. I was trying to make him do it, but he didn't. He was nice enough to stay nice. Yeah, anyways. All right. Heather is asking, what kind of fan events would you like to hold in the future? Because I hear that you do fan events on the 14th of every month.
Yes.
Okay.
So far there was like a black day last month. So I ate like jjajangmyeon, black noodles with my fans.
Okay.
And then this month was rose day. So I went to Hongdae and I was giving out roses to people. And so and I also went to like a museum with my fans too. So I kind of want to go to like a show maybe with my fans. Yeah.
And watch something or do something.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what is one thing you could never live without?
Like an item?
I guess.
Yeah.
The question is, what is one thing you could not ever live without? You can't live without it.
Oh my gosh. My guitar, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you like to hear the most? That you're cute or that you're handsome?
I'm handsome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amanda is asking, what do you think has changed the most from when you were on the audition program and now? Besides the fact that you've aged.
Oh, I was going to say my age. I feel like I've grown more as a musician.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Amanda's asking, was there a particular reason why Pomi was chosen for the song to collaborate with?
There was no particular reason, but it was really nice working with Pomi.
Okay.
Yeah.
His inner fanboy keeps coming out whenever he says that. Who would you like to do a collaboration with next?
I actually kind of want to do something like not in my genre, like maybe like, I don't know, hip hop or like EDM. Like let my voice to something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun.
Okay.
It's going to be a new experience. So.
Mesma from Cambodia is asking, what do you like to do in your spare time?
I like watching movies.
By yourself?
Yeah, I love watching movies. So I just like go and I find like movies people like give good reviews on.
Oh.
Yeah, and so I just watch a bunch
of movies.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your most recent movie that you've seen?
Oh, I rewatched Shaolin Soccer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just suddenly got into kung fu all of a sudden. I was like, I'm gonna watch kung fu movies, and so.
Well, are we gonna like a kung fu song out of you next, like a soundtrack song?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Brenda from the USA gave us 24 questions.
Wow.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to answer all 24 questions, but we'll try.
Okay.
For a favorite season of the year?
I love the fall.
Okay, which is kind of non-existent in Korea.
Yeah. Which makes me really sad.
Yeah. Hairstyle. Is there a hairstyle you like to try? Maybe your long hair again. I did see those pictures.
Oh. A lot of people didn't like my long hair.
Okay.
Yeah, but I actually kind of want to try it again.
Okay. So long hair?
Yeah.
What's the most precious CD or album you own?
There's this one CD I got for my birthday in junior high. I mean, in junior.
In high school?
Yeah, in high school. It was a Fall Out Boy CD.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was a huge Fall Out Boy fan back then. So this young got me like a deluxe CD.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my gosh. So that's all I listened to back then.
Oh, okay. If you're stranded on an island, what 3 things would you take with you?
I guess like those water like
purifiers.
Yeah, purifiers. A sleeping bag, and like a knife.
Okay, wow. Somebody needs to go on Laws of the Jungle. What woman has had the most influence on you in your life, either musically or...
I guess my mom.
Okay.
Yeah, she gave me a lot of like good tips, I guess, along the way.
If you could be in a boy band for one day, what group would you like to be in?
BTS.
Ooh, okay. Would you like to rap or sing?
Well, I'd rap.
Oh! If you weren't a singer, what do you think you'd be doing right now?
I've never thought about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to think about that.
You don't want to think about that?
That's scary.
Oh, okay. Is there any variety shows that you like to go on?
Maybe the jungle.
Okay, Laws of the Jungle.
Yeah, maybe. I'm kind of scared, but I think it might be kind of fun too.
Okay. Any other variety shows that you're interested in or have seen that you would like to try?
Maybe Running Man.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So a little bit. Are you very athletic? Because those do involve a little bit of running.
I wouldn't say I'm athletic, but I like to exercise.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
So.
Well, I think, wow, that's even more amazing. Okay. Is there any other language that you'd want to learn how to learn?
Chinese.
Ooh. For any particular reason?
Well, I would like to try to do music in China too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so,
later?
Yeah. So, I would like to learn Chinese.
Okay. Favorite part of the day? Morning, afternoon, or evening?
Evening.
Ooh, okay. So more an upgraded question. Do you like hearing handsome or sexy?
Handsome.
Okay. So handsome. So all of our listeners now from now on, all you have to do is say that he's handsome.
Yeah.
Do you like being approached by a girl first, or do you like being the first one to make the first move?
I like getting approached.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's a different kind of feeling.
Okay. This one's kind of hard. Gummy bears or gummy worms?
Gummy bears.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is a hard one. What's your favorite English word and what's your favorite Korean word? Wow, these are amazing questions.
Yeah, these are really hard. Wow.
Yeah, these are hard too.
What if I don't have a favorite word?
Hey, okay, then what kind of word do you find yourself repeating? Because out of habit, people do tend to repeat one word or phrase. What word or phrase do you find yourself repeating constantly?
I nod a lot though.
Oh. Yeah. You nod a lot. Okay. What's your favorite candle scent? And apparently Brenda says that this is super important.
Candle? Mm-hmm. I don't know a lot of candle
scents.
Yeah. Just something that doesn't give me a headache, I guess. Like I don't like vanilla. That's what.
So you're not you don't like really sweet ones.
Yeah, I don't like sweet ones. Okay. I like something that's like very like fresh.
So like sea breeze, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Now, is there a K-drama that you're watching at the moment? Mizma is asking from Cambodia. No?
Not at this moment.
Okay, not at this moment. Yeah. Is there a K-drama that you remember that was your most famous, like your best, like it was so cool?
Minami Shineo?
Ooh,
yeah, I watched that when
you're beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh,
I watched that a long time ago though.
All right. Now, we've got one of our listeners from the Philippines. Tita is asking that, like your song. Mm-hmm. I know. Mm-hmm. Have you ever felt like this before? For the guy's perspective in the lyrics.
I have. Oh. Yeah. Do you want me to like?
Oh yes, you could. Please elaborate. This is interesting.
So I had a friend who I kind of had a crush on for a while, and then but this was like way later on. Like we just stayed as friends for like a long time, and then eventually there was a chance to like I guess
make the first move.
Yeah, make the first move, but I just didn't.
Why?
I don't know. I was scared that what if like we don't stay as friends if like it doesn't work out. So I didn't want that. I didn't want to take that chance.
Okay.
Because I like being friends with her. So.
Oh. Yeah. So are you the type of person that gets to know a person and, is friends first and then you kind of take the next step in the relationship? Or are you kind of the person that, I can start dating someone pretty much right off the bat and just I'll get to know them in the relationship?
It depends on the person. I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just this is the vibe you give when you first meet them.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're just different vibes. Some people I'm just like, I feel like we can get to know each other as we date. And some people I'm like, I gotta get to know this person more.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've been in Korea long enough that you've noticed probably there's a very different way of culture-wise of dating. The whole dating system is kind of different than it is in the States, I feel.
Yeah.
Just how everything is done.
Yeah.
How things are said. Yeah. How dates are counted. So in your perspective, how do you think your dating style is? It's more like, still based in like the American boy in you, or do you feel that you kind of evolved to be a little bit more Korean?
I'm still the American boy, but I'm trying to adapt to the Korean. Yeah.
By?
Like I try to make the dates more interesting, I guess. Like I try to find like good food places to eat at, and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So for our listeners, hopefully that helped. I noticed that a lot of you keep asking all these relationship questions, so I decided to throw them out for you. And of course, this question keeps coming up, and I had to save it for last. Ideal type. It's a Korean thing, you know this, but of course, ideal type.
청순한 style? Oh. Yeah, I don't know what that is in English though.
It's very girly girl.
Girly girl? Okay. Yeah, very girly girl then.
Yeah. We're not talking like Valley girl, girly girl. We're talking about like really like going to church every Sunday and like really quiet. And she always wears like really pretty dresses and
yeah.
Oh. Okay. So you're into more of a very quiet girl.
But just the looks wise, but like I guess she has to have a good sense of humor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard.
Yeah.
She has to be quiet and you gotta look that way, but she has to have a really nice personality.
This is my ideal girl.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, our hour is up. Wow, an hour goes by really fast.
Yeah, wow.
So I want to give you a chance to kind of PR yourself. Give us, some updates of what's coming up, and maybe we can see you then.
I just want to say I'm sorry that I'm not doing any music programs for this one. So, but I'm coming out with a single really soon. Like I think next month.
Okay.
So then I'm gonna start my
real promotions.
Yeah, real promotions. So
okay.
그때까지 기대해 주세요.
Someone's been in Korea a little too long.
Yeah.
So don't forget to keep your eyes and ears open for probably next month or the month after because it's going to be coming out. And that's going to be an excuse for us to have you back in the studio.
Yay.
All right. You chose A Pink's Love, and I'm guessing that for a very special reason.
Yeah. Woo.
All right. So we're going to take a listen to this track, and we'll see you next time.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.